Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Veminder Raven Killer, the Lion Slayer, the Breaker of the Longsword. And yeah, as you will recall in that last episode, Veminder did indeed earn that title, slaying King Stein in battle. I just want to go back to reminisce over that for a moment here, because as we go into Valladolid here, just imagine, you know, King Stein, who went through all this trouble for years. He was plotting this, this plan of his with the sacrifices that started with our sister being sacrificed, and then Queen Aldonza here, which we didn't even realize the implications of putting his own daughter in line for the Castilian throne, and then everything else with his plan that just went so much deeper than any of us thought. Imagine him, you know, thinking that there's only one man who could possibly put a stop in his plans, the plans to push back against the Christians in Iberia. There's only one man who can stop him, and one man who has already foiled his plans, and that's Veminder, who went and put Njord, his friend, on the throne of Hrafenjall, which was all part of Stein's plan, was to get his own rulers here in Hrafenjall. So Veminder put a thorn in his side when Njord got. But when Veminder left, Stein saw his opportunity, had Njord usurped and then executed, and then put his own guy on the throne. King Arnbjorn the Lame has certainly been a good lapdog for Stein. And so imagine that. He kills Njord and he waits. He waits to see if Veminder is going to return for his friend. Return to enact vengeance, because he knows that that is what Veminder is, known for. And Veminder does not return. And so King Stein sees that opportunity. He has his own child, Queen Thuridir, installed on the throne of Castali. And then he tries to get rid of the last enemies, Christina and the family Scalendil, the last potential, threats to his plan in this region. And so he tries to have her ousted, tries to have her removed from her lands, just like happened so long ago. But what he did not, expect, perhaps, was as he was sieging down Valladolid, he had already had victory in his grasp. He did not expect to see the banners of the Leon's Bani rising up over the hills to his north. And when he saw that banner, I have no doubt that a shiver went down Stein's spine, and he could feel the threads of his fate snapping shut around him as he realized that Veminder had indeed returned to foil his plans once more. And so we engaged them in battle, and then we had that incredible single combat where we slew the man. Oh man, that is one for the sagas, let me just tell you. And so with that, Veminder, said his last goodbyes. And I didn't do this last episode, but I realized this after. I think that as we said our last goodbye to Christina, for keep in mind, our son died. We have our grandchildren now ruling in some of these lands here, Nayera and Soria. But we weren't really close with them and our son. But I think we do have a good, a relatively, maybe a rocky relation with Christina, but a mutual respect, I think. And when we said goodbye to Christina, I think that she offered us a parting gift. And so as you can see in our inventory now, we are now the owners of the Saga of the Skald, the book written by our dear father. And I think as Christina gives this to us, she tells us that, although we might not be the, what Ivar had hoped we would turn into, I think that she would realize that we are an the true heir to the story of this family, and that the next chapter after Ivar's will not be written about her, but it will be written about Veminder, the man who came back, who broke his oath to save his family, who fought to find his place in the world, who fought for his culture, who fought for his religion, and who fought for his family. And that will be the second chapter in the Saga of the Skald. And I think I might even add that into here. So if one of you in the comments down below wants to write a new entry into the Saga of the Skald for Veminder, please do so, because this entry that you see here, it was written by one of you in the comments. So if somebody wants to go and write the second entry in the Saga of the Skald, by all means do, and I will add it to this book, which I think would be a pretty cool. So yeah, we have been gifted the book, and it will stay in our line. Now, you will notice that our sister Christina has broken away from Castali and has sworn fealty to Queen Maria, with whom she had an alliance. I just thought that was a really plausible turn of events. She wasn't going to stay under the Normandias here, although the queen here, the daughter of Stein, died in childbirth like very soon after. It's only been like a few weeks or something, maybe even less, since the battle ended. We're like, this is not long after. So Christina, I think it makes sense that she would just swear fealty to Navarra instead and get the protection, because it is a Christian kingdom, and so, you know, she's Mos Arabic, so that would that just seems to make a lot of sense to me. And then, yeah, Galicia is ruled by King Onander, who, interestingly enough, has a friendship with Christina. So I'm not sure how that happened, but kind of an interesting thing, considering this is Stein's brother. He probably wasn't too pleased with what was happening. And then Benevente broke off, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that is Iberia for you. I mean, Castali still actually owns a bunch of lands over here. Zenzir, Cortuba, you know, all sorts of stuff still going on in Iberia. But our story's taken us back to Scandinavia, back where our family originated from, and to Visby here, which Veminder now rules as the Jarl. And there's some things that we got to do, and we got to look into here while we plan for the future. Like I said, this is very soon after, so we're just gonna go and set things up and get this, you know, do this the way we normally would. So we need a court chaplain. Let's see here. Well, Ragnar here seems to be our most capable. He was a berserker. He's an old man now, but you know what? We'll get him as our Hofgodi or Hofgothi for now. Our Chancellor, Hjalmar the Castilian. Hjalmar has served us well this entire time. He obviously deserves a position of respect in our land. We need ourselves a steward, and none other than Branislav Volgast. I think he shall do well. I mean, Geralf could do a decent job as well, but Branislav knows his stuff, so we'll get Branislav in there. I do want him to increase development, because we need to boost our development in Visby here. Our marshal, well, I mean, it's got to be Gerdaudas. We got to reward the people who have served us well. I mean, maybe our son at some point, but Gerdaudas can take over that for now. And our spy master, well, Thierry or Piri is actually very capable. This is the wife of Hjalmar. But I think that Stegandir has, even though he's pissed off everybody in the camp, the man is capable, and so we should put him in that position. Do we need any court positions like this? I mean, we could use an antiquarian. It's pretty cheap to hire too, so I'm okay with that. We will probably want a tutor. Oh, but we can't have Oswine. I see. Okay, so maybe Beatrice can be our that, and then Oswine can be our tutor, because he's actually really good at that. Get him to educate children. Wet nurse. Do we really need one? I mean, we've got some younger kids. Maybe. It could actually be useful, I suppose. Influence, wards, personality, acceptance. I suppose. Seneschal? What's that gonna give us here? Hmm. One of our concubines could be our seneschal. Sure. Does this cost? Is this in a paying position? It's a little bit, but we can afford a little bit of cost here. Master of horse. Storyteller. We don't have a good one. Court Scald. Court Jester. Personal champion. Joanne the Nun Lover. How much do we gotta pay them? Not too much. All right, Joanne. You can take that position there. Terrify courts. I don't think we need to do that. What about this? Improve skills. Okay. Or compete in name. Huh, interesting. Now we'll get her to do skills, I suppose. Master of the hunt. Suppose we can put our son in charge of the hunt. There we go. All right, that's good enough for the court positions. I want to keep ourselves solvent, even though, you know, it's not really something we've got to worry about too much right now. We've got a couple prisoners. Astridir. Let's get a little bit of money out of these people if we can. Eloise? Yeah, probably could make a potentially good concubine there. Not that we need them. I don't think Veminder cares much about concubines anymore. We will put her in house arrest. Yeah, let's move to house arrest. I think that's fine. And she'll just be one of our servants essentially. This guy Kirkwall. Well, whatever, it's all good. All right, so that's all set up. Our heir is unmarried. There's some tournaments, raising runestones. All right, I think we have to raise a runestone, right? Let's do that. We've got the money. Rocks through the ages subject. Every runestone tells a message of some significant event in the life of the commissioner. From the smallest peasant to a jarl like myself, the stone records all. What shall this monument speak of? Perhaps to my vanquished foe, King Styrbjorn? All right. Well, not to that. I think it'll be to our vanquished foe, King Stein. But the runestone will speak to our victories in conquest. Now that I've decided what to put on my runestone, the question is where to place it. Gotland, of course, would be a good spot. So Gotland gets the runestone, which increases control growth, which is going to be good. There we go. Nice. Speaking of, I suppose I should get these people. Yeah, you should probably be getting control, right? Control is a little bit low. Yeah, what's our control? Only 50, yeah, so we got to boost that control. The rest of these, not too worried about. Maybe train commanders could be good. This guy could potentially train up our son to be a little bit of a better fighter too, so yeah, we'll take care of that. So yeah, the runestone is raised. We do need to think about marrying off our children. Now, I have taken a look and I've found a couple options. Now, you will see that Norway is now its own independent kingdom. This guy here, Orvar the Second, as he's calling himself, he's actually the same name as this guy here, though slight difference in spelling, the Norwegian and the Swedish spelling, as you can see. But King Orvar here is a populist leader. He revolted and he took all of this land here. And since he is Norwegian, I just kind of thought it made sense, like considering the events and how we were supposed to have deposed this guy and how, you know, the Asashru vassals were breaking away. Well, I just made this guy now the new king of Norway. And he's essentially the king of all the Norse vassals in Norway, as we can see. So all the Norwegian Asatru followers basically are now following this new King Orvar here. So I thought that made a lot of sense. And I think I want to get an alliance with this guy, because he's actually relatively strong, and he is Norse, or he is, follows the Norse god. So I think that would make a lot of sense. So I do want to arrange a marriage, and we can arrange a marriage for him to our eldest daughter, Alfredir, who has joined us in our court once again. And this will get us an alliance, so that's good. Alfredir was obviously married at one point, but her husband was slain or murdered, actually. One interesting thing here, take a look. We see Queen Ingridir here of Denmark. Guess what happened to her father, who is our wife's, our queen, or high chiefess's son? King Skarphedin, guess who he was slain by? Slain in a duel by King Orvar the Handsome. The freaking back and forth between House Sigurdur here, like King Sigurdur or King Balder was slain by this guy, and King Balder slew like King. So the two houses, Munso and Sigurdur here, were just killing each other like over generations. That's like 4 generations of back and forth killing between the kings. Kind of awesome, actually. So yeah, that was pretty interesting to see. So we're gonna get that marriage with Alfra Hildir, and the Duke King of Norway. I do know who I want to marry our other daughter to, Hafredir the Fair. And it's not some faraway ruler like it could be. No, it's actually going to be somebody close to home. And that is going to be Jorundur. Jorundur's a good kid. We took him as our ward when he was just a boy. And we raised him, taught him how to fight, taught him, how to be a man. And you know what? His traits actually are, he's not that great. But he has fought for us. He is one of our warriors, and so I think him and they are pretty much of the same age. So yeah, I think that will work pretty well. There we go, Jorundur, even married there. And then yes, we do need to find a marriage for our son Yorleif, and there's a few options. Some Ivorings here, a Cheramisid. But the one that I was looking at is actually somebody not from a super powerful family, but it's actually Thora here. Thora Vemundur's daughter. Indeed, her father is Captain Vemundur Ormson of the Polecats of the Watchtower. And this guy's like a mercenary, I guess. But his daughter is well known to be a strong, capable woman. And this guy, he brings some troops to bear. He's currently engaged in the war for Bruno's claim on East Francia. So, you know what? I think that's perfectly acceptable. So we'll get that. Do we want to do a grand wedding? That could be interesting. We've got money to spare. One thing to consider, like, we've got money to spare, but we can't actually buy that special building yet. I don't think we have the technology for it. So I don't mind spending some of our money. So we might do a grand wedding here. So we'll send that proposal. So yeah, we'll get that all set up. Calls for confederation against the great powers who scorn the weak. The Norse who fights alone will die alone. I don't think that this is something Vemundur would do. It is a cool decision, but I don't think that's something we would do. So yeah, Vemundur's too solo to do that. I do want to increase our tribal authority, so we'll definitely boost that up. Oh, we can actually go up to 3. Oh, can we just go up to 4? Why can we go up so much? I actually don't know. I don't know why there's no... Wait. I don't think I've got some debug mode thing on or anything. Maybe it's just because we're like we only have the one county. Interesting. Do we want to just go all the way up to max? Well, vassal opinion goes down. But we need it if we want to become feudal at some point. But we need the authority to be here higher anyways. I think we'll just stick at level 3 because I'm not seeing any real good bonuses that we won't get from here. Can establish tributaries. Tribals may settle. Tribal rulers with non-tribal lieges may settle. No, I want to save this. I need my prestige anyway, so I'm not going to spend all of that there. Yeah, so let's let time roll here for a second here. We became the new head of the Scallendil dynasty. To the impressive Jarl Veminder of Visby, I gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your son and heir, Jorleifr, and my daughter Thora will be joined in holy matrimony. May they find strength and support in their union. I look forward to the promised grand wedding. Try not to disappoint me. Oh, I will. I didn't even mention that we formed a cadet branch as well, House Hefnedreit, which just means like the line of vengeance or the clan of vengeance. And so, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, the Leon's Bonnie banner there. So, yeah, let's. There we go. All right, and we've got that alliance with King Orvar here, who shall be wed to our daughter, Alfra Hildir. There we go. All right, so we can do this grand wedding. It's going to cost a little bit, but yeah, we might as well. Grand wedding here in Visby. Celebration. I mean, this is not something that Veminder would be, doing, but his wife, High Chiefess Unnr, would be certainly making these arrangements. And actually, look at this. She has a friendship with Jorleif. So that's kind of cool to see that they've developed this friendship. So I imagine Unnr is the one who's like planning these wedding festivities here. I don't want to spend a crazy amount of money on it, but I'm fully willing to invite some more family here. Who do we got coming? The King of Lithuania. No, he won't come, but Lancaster's going to come. Geltland's going to come. Oh, there's a couple rulers. Oh, yeah, Jorn. Oh, yeah, look at this. Jornder is, of course, coming to his friend's wedding. All of the characters, all of the many characters in our court here going to come as well. So, yeah, very cool. Recreation, matchmaking, diplomacy, murder. I guess just recreation is fine. I don't think Veminder probably wants to spend too much on it. I think we'll just go with this even cost here. And yeah, I think we'll just do that. Because I don't think he would spend a ton of money on it. He wouldn't agree to spend a ton of money on it. So, yeah, all right. So it shall begin soon. Got to pick a lifestyle. I will go with martial still. Authority focus for sure. And we'll continue from there. I wonder how much longer this guy's got left in him. Surely he's gonna die soon. Scheme at court. My spy master is certain that somebody's scheming against my friend Ragnar. Deal with it. Embrace responsibility. All right, let us. Oh, big Swedish army here. Their attack defending against the. Oh yeah, this is the War of Tyranny. So they're facing it. He's facing another rebellion. He just got hit by one not that many years ago, and now he's facing another one. So the Norse are, or the old gods followers are still rising up against them there. All right, our son has been taught by Oswine. Good job, Oswine, teaching our kids well. And yeah, you can see Jornder here, no doubt preparing himself for his wedding night. We've got a few months before the wedding even begins. Let's look at the guest list here. Yeah, there's a couple important people, but not a ton, of course. We're still just the Jarl of Visby, although Veminder certainly would be like probably quite famous at this point. Oh, hey, look at this, Flanders. Sigurdur. House Sigurdur. Huh. They no longer. Oh, yeah. No, they still hold Denmark, but now this guy. Oh, he's got a huge army. Oh, man. Oh, so he must have done a big invasion and took Flanders. That's really cool. So the Norse are not out of things yet. That's. Oh, Andalusia got formed. What? The Queen of Andalusia, a Catholic Occitan. How did she take that? What? Huh? Oh, it was a crusade. Oh, the Catholics did a crusade for Andalusia. Yeah, I see it now. Crusader Queen. Oh, that is dramatic. That adds a whole new twist on the happenings here in Iberia. Crazy. So they had a successful crusade for Andalusia. They've got a couple rulers here, like some Slovians, some Greeks, Franconians, French, more Franconians, Slovians. Interesting. Well, now that's pretty crazy because, yeah, the Emir of Cortuba was very powerful. Oh man, yeah. So there's probably Palabians, Lombards, Bavarians. Huh. Cool. Super cool. That's an interesting threat. So Christianity is actually going to be probably back to being very strong in these lands. If only because we killed Stein. And honestly, that's kind of goes against Veminder's, Veminder would have wanted to see the Norse people pushing back against the Christians, but well, he ended up having to make a hard choice. Damn, that's so cool. Really interesting turn of events here. Oh, we can get another perk here. I guess we'll go for engineered for destruction. So yeah, let's host this grand wedding, and we'll. I mean, I don't want Veminder to like. I mean, he's gotta keel over at some point here. Like, he'll die when he dies, but what is? I guess is he gonna end his life just kind of peacefully on the island? He's gonna go for one last war and try to fight his way through? Good question. I wonder if this is the point where he. No, you know what? At the wedding, we'll do it. Yeah, let's speed up time a little bit. Oswine, teaching the folks. All right, here we go. Now time for the wedding. They're looking radiant in their best attire. Let the ceremony begin. Activity log. Some gifts being passed around. The High Chieftain of Hjaltland gave a gift to the Queen. The Bejeweled Scriptures. Interesting. Oh, and they've fallen in love at first sight. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of nice. Damn. Nice. Good for your life. That's cool to see. Jornder dismissed a bad omen concerning Thora. Oh, what was the bad omen you've found? Huh. Cool little events going on in here. The day has finally come, and I couldn't be prouder of my son, Yorleif, as the person standing by my side has unwillingly discovered. Look at him, isn't he radiant? As I turn around, I realize that my neighbor is none other than Jarl Ingoldir. Interesting. Seems like an odd thing for him to say. I'm just so proud. Aren't you jealous? I think I'll just say I am proud of my son because I want that renown. How much renown do we need to, no, we're a ways away. Everyone's excited and amazed by the magnificence of the wedding venue. Everyone except for Bjorn. Guards, accompany this killjoy to the door. We're just gonna kick this guy out. Yeah, I think we do. We're not here to just feed you and, give you ale if you're going to be whining the whole time. I am enjoying the ceremony, proud of what I managed to organize. Everything. Oh no, Yorleif trips and falls flat on his face on his way to the spouse. It happens, we say. Let's move on. Yeah, let's just move on. I think we look at our son with a little bit of embarrassment at that. Making a fool of our family. We were proud of him, but still can be a little bit of a fool. The boy. My spy master has come to me with a discovery. Yeah, okay, let the traitor be known to all. He's just so nervous because he's fallen in love with his new wife here. Wedding jitters. The ceremony has finally reached its climax. The traditional rituals have been completed, and all that's left is the final vows, the formal consent, and the seal on the marriage. As both Yorleif and Thora say, I do, the crowd starts cheering. We all stand witness to the beginning of their life together. There we go. It's now time to celebrate. Oh, look at all the activities in here. Jarl Veminder's wife befriends Branislav. Okay, that's interesting. Religious complaints. He made a scene. Yeah. Jarl Ingerder offered the respects of the Sigurder. Okay, so, all right. We'll accept that. Romantic scouting. Huldhurst made a move. Johan the Nun Lover made a suave move on... I don't think this guy is your type there, Joanne. Yorleif made a misstep during the ceremony, yeah. Our wife's diplomatic skill improves. Got some more respect. Romantic scouting. Oh, Raven's blood. Oh, why is she here in our court? Alvor. Are any of these other ones? Huh. Interesting. Huh. We could probably use her for a marriage to somebody, I suppose. Find somebody good in our court here. Queen Alfra Hildir reminisces about her own ceremony. Lauds our efforts. Nice. Okay, I do actually want to find a marriage for her that's like in our court, maybe with one of our somebody who's like earned it. Branislav maybe. Geralt. Branislav or Geralt? Let's see. Geralt. Frisian man. I'd like to keep the Frisian bloodlines going. Yeah, I think we'll go with Geralt here. I'll make that arrangement. All right, let's continue the wedding. Oh, Joanne. She's been utterly obsessed with visiting supreme wrath on some poor person. Shut up. We gained Snooty for 15 years. Oh, Yorinder's gotten a little bit into the drink, and he's reclusive and irritable. Ouch. But his wife is pregnant. Good for him. Stress level has been reduced. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? Chance to be seen with the great and good. Let's boost up that prestige. Still some activities going on here. I don't always look at these, but sometimes they do add some interesting context. Wedding can't get away. As the wedding host, I know I should be spending time with the couple and their families, but I just can't tear myself away from my friend Ragnar. Let's sneak out so we can talk properly. Thora, come with us. You must excuse me, my friend. I suppose we'll go and speak with her. Learn a little bit about the new bride. The banquet hall is dressed in a riot of colors, scents, and sights. Only the very rarest fabrics and flowers are absent from the garb. Near my seat, both Chiefess Ilva and Ingeborg share their opinions on the decorations. Chiefess Ilva or Ingeborg. I suppose we'll get on our concubine's good side. Wow, we gained a learning lifestyle perk. Arranged betrothal offer between who's this? Sniali and who's this? Oh, our son, Onander. Huh. Who are you? The Jarl of Flanders? Ooh, this will not result in an alliance. Who is this? The daughter of one of his sons. I can accept that. This guy's kind of a badass. We'll accept. And we will take this perk. Huh? How did we get 3 of these already? I don't remember that. Scholarly circles, zealous proselytizer, clerical justifications. I don't want to increase our health. Your wards can get additional skills and become our friends. Scholarly circles. Zealous proselytizer. That's not going to help that much. I guess we'll do this one. It's time. Oh, okay. It's time for them to get to know each other a little bit better. All right. And the newlyweds retire for the evening. Ale, more ale, I say. Again, the eager reveler trait. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get drunk and enjoy our old age here. I've been meaning to talk to Geralf. Indeed, I have. Let's speak with the man. Hear what he has to say. We do have that kid we took. All right, finally the last guest leaves. Nice. And our son is married. What do we gain from that? So we gained a lot of prestige. Nice. Guest gained prestige. We gained a little. We got a little bit of money back. And our son gained prestige as well, which is good. He's gonna need that. Finish the grand wedding. Nice. Not too bad altogether. Then we have yeah, what the question is, what from here do we do? Rites of passage. What is this? A youth engages in one of duel? Huh. Interesting. What does this do? Youths of a certain age may participate in a rite of passage, a ritual that marks them as an adult of the tribe. Oh, interesting. Cool. All right. Which one? I guess Own Under. All right. Time brings new adults into the Norse tribe, but only proving ceremonies establish maturity, status, and worth. Own Under, my son, is of suitable age. Our bellicose people have 3 time-honored means of testing that is. In a duel against another Norseman, we prevail by skill and strength. In scarification, determination is etched into the skin. In seclusion, we test adaptability and foresight. If Onander passes any of these trials, he will be favored in the eyes of Odin and honored as a worthy Norseman. A duel? Yeah, I guess a duel. Onander must detest a Norseman must detest fear, reject weakness, and expect to know pain in life. The young Onander has struck blows with other stripling youths, but never suffered the onslaught of a Norse full-grown. Many are the stout warfarers of our tribe, but only one may test our son's worth. Onander would face Arnbjorn? No, that doesn't make sense. He's way over there. So I guess he's got to go up against Anundur. We'll duel my acquaintance, Anundur. Who is this man? Alright, just a random Norse guy. Alright, do it. As the Gothi's blessing ends, the challenger's weapons clang together. Anunder's experience allows him to press an immediate advantage, but even so, he can't bat away Onunder's clever strikes for long. My son Anundur tumbling down. I yield, moans the older man. Onander has dashed my knuckles and blinded me with lifeblood. He is as full-fledged a warrior as any, a most deserving Norseman. That's cool. Such is the resolve of the Hefnedreit. Nice. Tribe will gain a new champion. Oh, he gains Aspiring Blade Master? Yeah. Heck yeah, kid. That is awesome. He's betrothed? Oh yeah, we did that. That's cool. Oh man, that's actually a really, that's a sweet event. Now he's a aspiring blade master. Very, very cool. Well, I mean, what do we have here? A scheme at court, of course. But anything else that we really need to do? Or, I mean, we take a look at the world and there's a lot of interesting things going on here. The Byzantine Empire, very strong, actually. Apparently, we have a quest over here. Contract. Interesting. No, I don't think we'll be doing that anymore. Um, yeah, the world is in an interesting spot. And I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. But I think rather than simply just waiting for Veminder's death, I think that we will end the episode here. And I think that we will end the season here. You know, Veminder, I think at this point, you know, he can rest in a hall of his own. And although I think that he wishes and he plans to raise his weapon one last time, you know, he is an old man, 65 years old. He's already delicate, you know, he inherited that from his long deceased mother. And I think Veminder, you know, he would have been happy to die in battle, but I think that now in this old age, he just wants to rest in his hall, to drink, to, you know, reminisce with his warriors, and probably just to keep to himself. And when the time comes for, you know, the death to take him, he will reach down and you know, clutch his hands around Heftinger that will be laying beside his bed. And so he will go to Valhalla clutching his weapon. And that's how I imagine it's going to happen. But I think that we shall end it here. And we shall pick up in another season. Probably playing as the very interesting character here, Yorleif, who's got some fascinating traits and now has just had this really cool wedding event where his wife, and look at his wife, she's got amazing traits. You know, they are soulmates. I don't know. Yorleif actually has a really cool story, and I'm excited to see it. So if you want to join that story, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. If you want to get a character in that story, make sure to join as a counselor member or above on YouTube or Patreon. You can get those special characters added to the series, much like a lot of the characters in our council here. So please do that if you're at all interested. But until the next time, Wanderers, thank you for coming on this journey with me. It has been amazing so far, and I look forward to the next chapter. So until then, have a good one.